here's the thing. You are going to lose members each month. And to stay ahead of that, you have to be adding fuel to the flame so that it continues to grow as you continue to grow, right? I think that everyone just sort of thinks that, oh, I just need three per month to make it work. And that's not necessarily true because the net number is what's really important, right? The net number is what keeps the doors open, what keeps the profit margin high, and all of that stuff. So
you're an inspiration to our entire organization.
Welcome to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast. We're going to be talking the done-for-you marketing and sales strategies proven to work with boutique fitness gyms to increase quality lead flow and grow your revenue. Don't try to be a professional marketer and waste tons of money. Let the experts at Lasso do it for you. And now, here are your hosts, Blake Ruff and Sherman Merritt.
all right, guys, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Blake and Sherman again. We are going to be talking about some pretty interesting things today, but we're really going to dive into why you should be marketing, right? It's 2023. So, if I'm being honest, if you're not marketing, not gaining folks, your business is dying, right? Like there's a reason that all of the major companies, think of any major company, I don't care what it is, they do marketing, like they market, right? They are trying to get in front of people that may not know them. They're also trying to get in front of people that know them, so that they'll make a decision to join their business. So, growing your business in today's market is super important. And that's the reason we started Lasso, right? To help the gym industry get to the next level, right? So I'm going to let Blake start it off. And this is going to be an exciting conversation, guys. I'm hoping you guys gain a lot from this.
Hey, what's up, guys? So today we're going to be talking about going into the new year, right? Everybody's going to be, thinking about new year, all that kind of stuff, getting started back into fitness. So the biggest thing we want to talk about is the gym industry is such a competitive market space, right? It's gone the days of like the Field of Dreams days. Excuse me. That, if you build it, they'll come, right? Like when CrossFit first started, everybody was so like, oh, I just got to join a CrossFit gym and do all this kind of stuff. Now there's so many, like when I had my gym, I had 2 gyms within a mile radius. So how do you stand out from that? Well, the way to stand out is you have to reach people beyond your current followers. A lot of people think, oh, my organic marketing and all that, like, if you're not getting 10 plus clients per month, you're never going to get to the point where this is going to be like something that's going to provide a good income for you. So, and when you get to that point, we'll talk about this later. So the main topics we're going to talk about today are like churn, competitive market space, and what other franchises are doing. So I have a friend that opened up an F45, and these guys have to spend $100 to $150 per day, right? Over $3,000 per day. Or not day, I'm sorry, per month on ads. So you wonder why the Orange Theories and the F45s and everything are crushing it. Well, they're spending money and they have a name that is people resonate with and they know about, right? So how do you combat that? Well, you have to market too. And you may not have $3,000 to market per month like they do, but you still need to be getting out in front of more people. If you're like, I'm just going to focus on organic, the truth is the only people that see it are the 1,000 or whatever followers you have. If you do not have a massive following, you're not going to grow. You can't. And your posts that you make are only reaching those people. So the biggest thing you want to do is run paid ads, right? Get in front of more people, and you need your ads. What we do at Lasso is make the ads so they stand out against the F45s. Like we are advocates. We don't work with anybody that's going to do a free trial. Like free trials are long and gone. So no more free trials. Like stop doing free trials on your ads. It's going to bring in people that are looking for free, and whether you're there, like they're not going to show up because they know it's free and a class is going on. So if they don't show up, no sweat off anybody's back, rather than study done
Blake, I
against
think that
commercial.
we really need to dive into this. We're going to make some people upset with this about this whole free trial thing. You know, listen, like this isn't 2010 anymore, where no one really knows what CrossFit is, and someone they sort of need to experience it to make a decision. Um, Guys, right? Like especially when we're getting like Blake says it often. We're actually fishing. So when we're out fishing, right? We're fishing for people that may not know us, or maybe know us a little bit. And if we put out something that's free on Facebook and Instagram, it is going to attract people that want free stuff, right? So when they come in, I don't care how good of sales you are. When they come in thinking they're getting something for free, and yes, you may give them one free class, and they're like, "Oh, this is great! I love this place." And then when you try to talk to them about, "Hey, it's going to be $210 a month to join here," more likely than not, they're going to be like, "Nah, this isn't for me." Right? Again, this is when you're running paid market. This isn't the same as you getting someone in the door that is best friends with one of your members, and they've watched their journey over the last 3 years. That's a totally different person. We're talking about people that will come in and say, "Oh, I didn't even know you were here. How long have you been in business?" And you've been in business for 7 years, and they don't even know you. So they saw something online on Tuesday. They come in for the free class on Thursday. They still don't know much about you. They get a decent sweat in. Nothing life changing yet. They've only come to one class. It was fun. And now you're saying, "Hey, give me $200 a month for the next X amount of years and get in great shape." That just doesn't go well, guys. Like, it doesn't go well. I don't care who disagrees with it. Free trials are dead. Get rid of them. Stop it, because it's not going to pull in the type of people that you want, specifically when you're running paid marketing. Like,
Yeah. So getting away from that, doing consults. If you don't have a sales team or you don't have the time to be doing consults, you need to hire more people, right? Like running paid ads, and like we have a girl that just started paid ads. She got like literally 150 leads in the matter of 3 weeks. It was insane. $2 leads. It was nuts, right? That's way too many people, and we've reduced our ad spend to help that. But you need the systems and processes set up so that this can work well for you. And the bigger thing of doing a free trial class for people that's never tried CrossFit devalues your service to people that are actually members and paying you. And they just get, honestly, mad at you because you're having these people that have no idea how to do a snatch or whatever, a handstand or even a pull-up. And they're taking all the time that they should be getting because they're paying members. So not only is it just a bad thing to do, you don't get to prescribe them what's best for them, and you're devaluing your service to the people that are actually paying. So switching gears, if you're competing against people that are spending $3,000 a month, they're going to get a lot of the market share. So if you have to market to get some of those new people in the door, the biggest thing they're always going to combat is your churn. So, industry standard right now is 9%. So let's say 9% churn that you're getting right now. If you have 100 members, you're going to lose 9 a month. If you're not getting 10 a month, that's only net 1. You're increasing your revenue by what? $200 a month? You're not growing, and eventually your gym's going to die, right? Like, this is just, I'm just a data guy. It's just simple data for me. If you have a gym, like everybody says the goal is 150, right? 150 you're going to lose 13 members. So let's say you even reduce that in half. Say you lose, 7 members a month, and you have great churn at 4 to 5%. If you're not getting 8 to 9 members every single month predictably over the last 4 months, your gym is eventually going to shut down and you're not going to make money. So how do you combat that? Well, the answer is simple. You have to market to reach more people to get more people in the door. If you have a gym, we have people with gyms of 200 plus members. I don't know. I mean, Sherman, you can correct me. I don't know too many gyms that are getting 20 plus members and new signups a month just in organic. So, if you have 200 members and you're losing 18, if you're not netting more than that, you have a failing business.
Yeah. So, here's the thing. I think so. You said industry standard was 9%. What is the gold standard? I know our buddies at Push Press. Shout out to Push Press over there.
Yeah, they said to get it down. I mean, for gold is 3, right? Like that's like the best gym in the nation. So they say like 4 to 6 is kind of like what to shoot for.
Okay, so
9 is that.
yeah. So even if your gym is at 3%, you got 100. Remember, you're going to lose 3 each month, right? If it's at 200, you're going to lose 6 each month. And you guys know, like we work with some clients that have some big gyms. Me personally, I'm too sensitive to have a really, really big gym because it breaks my heart still to this day, 11, 12 years later when someone cancels for whatever reason. It doesn't matter. They really, they're going through life changes. They can't, like, it breaks my heart. Like I've gotten close to this, I love to see them reach their goals and then they quit. So here's the thing. You are going to lose members each month. And to stay ahead of that, you have to be adding fuel to the flame so that it continues to grow as you continue to grow, right? I think that everyone just sort of thinks that, oh, I just need 3 per month to make it work. And that's not necessarily true because the net number is what's really important, right? The net number is what keeps the doors open, what keeps the profit margin high, and all of that stuff. So as you guys dive into this, when you're thinking about this, like really think about your churn rate, right? Because most gyms need to be gaining more people than they really think, right? And that's where Lasso steps in, and that's why we started the company, so we can really, again, help the gym industry get to the next level. So, yeah.
And I think the big thing you guys have to remember is like you don't want to start advertising when you're at 200 members, right? Like you want to start advertising before you get to, we really want people around minimum of $10,000 of revenue. Under that, marketing and our fee is just, it probably takes too much away from your revenue. But once you're over that $10,000 mark is a great time to start marketing. Which, if you're getting $200 ARM, really that's only 50 members. So we can help get you from 50 to 100 to 200 or whatever it can be. I don't want to say quickly, but we've had a lot of people double their revenue in a year. And that's really our goal at Lasso. And we probably should have said this before, but our goal isn't like you guys probably seen a lot of testimonials where people get 40 signups in a month. And, we have clients that have doubled their revenue in 3 months, went from 11 to 22K in 3 months, which is amazing and unreal. But that tests your systems a lot. We would rather have that slow growth over a year span where you double your revenue in a year. That way you can keep the people longer. So one of the big things that we tell people, don't start marketing when you're in a bad spot. You want to start marketing when you're in a great spot. When things are going well, how can I put more gas on the fire, right? So it's just simple data that if your churn is higher than what you're gaining, you're on a slippery slope and you need to get ahead of it before things come up. And January is coming up, and I know everybody thinks that like they're going to get a lot of members and all that, but you also have to remember everybody's marketing. You're competing against massive brands of like Planet Fitness that are, well, now it's $15, not $10 a month, but spending tons of money of like 1 cent down or something like that, right? With crazy offers. And we're not saying discount by any means. So the things to remember, most importantly, for when it comes to marketing is you're always going to have churn. So you have to make sure that you are getting more people in the door than you're losing. And if you're not, you need to start marketing. That's the number one sign, right? If you look over the past 6 months, how many of you lost? How many of you gained? If it's less than or even equal, you're not on a good path. And I always say this, and people can be upset by it. The worst business plan in the world is to rely on your clients to grow your gym. If your plan is, oh, my clients are just going to refer people. So what happens when they stop? What happens when they stop referring? If you're just waiting and stressing out every month when, Betty is going to bring in her best friend, or when she mentions somebody and they haven't brought them in, that is a horrible business plan. Paid marketing gives you predictable leads and predictable signups every single month. Is there ebbs and flows? 100%. But you're going to have a good idea. I can sign up more than I lose every single month. So this is going to pay for itself after 1 or 2 months, right? So you have to combat against the big franchises that are spending. We have a client that spent $7,000 a month in ads. And the great thing about us is like, we're not going to tell you to spend $3,000, $5,000, $7,000, but it's going to be based on your audience size. So if you only have, like, you're in a small town of 1,200 people, there's no point of spending $7,000. You're going to be in front of their face all day, and they're just going to be bored with your ad, right? What we call frequency is going to be too high. So for paid marketing, it's just very simple. Look at your numbers, look at the data. If you're losing more than you're gaining, you need paid marketing. Get ahead of it. Don't start when there is a fire to put out. Get ahead of it when things are going well. And then just realize what, we always look at Orange Theory. How do they open with 160, 200 members? They paid a lot. They probably paid $28,000 over the last 4 months to get those members. I don't know what you got to add.
Yeah, no, I think that's, that's one of the biggest things we hear. That's one of the, that's a way for us not to work with you, right? If I'm being honest, you come to us, this is sort of my last ditch to save the gym. Major red flag, major red flag. Been on for 8 years, this and that. Now this is your last ditch effort because you sort of missed out on all of this opportunity to grow your gym. And now you have to grow it. And like I tell Blake, like we tell clients all the time, yes, we love for all of our clients to have success, right? Like we see that. Sometimes some clients start with us and they may gain 20 people in a month, and that's fine. We love it. But that's not what we promise to folks, right? Like Blake was talking about earlier, we would much rather you start with us in January, just making up dates and numbers. You start with us in January and you're doing $15,000 per month, $14,000 per month. Then the following January, you're doing $25,000 or $30,000 per month. That's a huge testimonial for us, right? More so than, they started this month and then now they got 26 members in 1 month. That's fine, and that people like that. But for us, we want to see you slowly but surely increase in your gym revenue and all that stuff so you can grow into it and you learn how to really manage this many people. So, yeah, guys, I think that you really have to count the cost of also not marketing, not growing your gym as well.
Yeah, we see a lot of people, you have one bad month and you didn't make your marketing spend back, but you forget to talk about or forget to add up how many new members. And remember, because if you sign up 10 members for $200, that's $2,000. But then if you do that the next month, it's not $2,000, it's actually $4,000 because they compound on themselves, right? So a big thing for you guys is, know your numbers. That's the biggest thing. If you're over $10,000, you're probably in a better spot to market. If you're over the 20K, great. You definitely should be marketing. Like every gym should be marketing. Once you get to that $20,000 mark, you definitely should have a paid marketing strategy. So I think one thing that, we haven't said this yet to you guys, but make sure, like, if you guys are in a spot and you're ready to market, like, go to our website, lassoframework.com, book a free call with us. We're not going to try to sell you guys. Granted, we'd love for you to sign up, but like, we're here to help. Like, we had a client reach out the other day, not a client, a potential lead. And he asked, unfortunately we weren't a good fit, but he asked if we had anybody else to refer it. And like, we really don't, because what we do is we're, both gym owners, we know what works. And everybody is just doing such slimy ads, salesy, still doing, 6-week clickbait kind of stuff. We're going to do stuff to create an offer for you guys that's going to make you more money. We never run discounts. If anything, we tell 80% of our clients to charge more. So we're here for you guys. If you guys need to book a free call, we'd love to talk to you guys about your business and how we can help you guys.
Yeah. No, I agree. So guys, we hope that you get a lot from this. And again, these little snippets, these little podcasts that we do, like, you guys dive in, you got to reach out and ask questions, right? You may just have a question. You may not have to book a call. You may not need to book a call. Hey guys, you mentioned this on the podcast, reach out, info@lassoframework.com. We'll respond to your question, guys. we want to see the gym industry rise all across the board, right? Like we want gyms, specifically gyms we work with, like we want this to be their trust fund, their retirement plan, right? This is something that they started one day and they worked in this business for 20, 25, 30 years and provided for their family. It was great. So if you guys have questions, don't hesitate to reach out, guys. So we hope that you guys got some great tips from this, and we look forward to seeing you guys soon. All right.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast with Blake Ruff and Sherman Merricks. We hope you enjoyed. We believe marketing should increase revenue and not waste money. So book your free call today. Head on over to lassoframework.com. That's lassoframework.com and find the right words, get more customers, and increase your revenue. We'll see you here next time.